I'm Hewlett Hendricks. The birth date, April the 2nd, 1925. I went to Auburn. I was a week late, but the registrar let me in anyway. I asked him, could I have something to do, maybe to get a little, few dollars to stay at Auburn. He put me to washing windows there in the Sanford Hall. After that, went to the dairy, and we started dairying. Dr. Roberts was a veterinarian at the stables in Manchester, Griffin and Kellum stables. And he was leaving to go to Auburn to start teaching. And that's how I got his place there. And I bought just about everything he had. That's when they're selling mules. And a horse or two once in a while. And right next to the railroad. And they had a patch there. And a fellow by the name of Will Copeland stayed there to help. He would saddle up put harness on a mule or horse and a plow stock and get out there and show the people how to plow with a mule, or let a mule plow, and he wanted to buy it maybe. That's how he got his sales in that little patch sale. And they called me one morning and said that his calf was acting mighty funny. Well, I jumped in my car and got on another path that same morning. And we walked out there at the pen, and a good way to check what the action they were taking. This particular cow was just lowing right after another. It was a steer, lowing right after another. And it straining real bad. And that's good symptoms of rabies. And I moved to the edge of the fence there, and all at once she took out after me and brushed me pretty good, and saliva got all over my hands and arms and whatnot. But I took the treatment after that. I was afraid not to. And back on the dogs now, I had to take a dog's head off one day there. I knew it was rabies, but we had to send it off anyway to have it checked. Had a pretty good knife to cut the head off. But you get down to the vertebrae, you have to kind of pop it to get it off. And when I didn't have glasses on back then. And some of that vesical fluid, spinal fluid, flew back into my eyes. So I contacted Atlanta and I asked him, what about, do I need to take a treatment for that? He said, by all means do that. Go on and take the treatment. And I did. Pretty soon after I got out of school at Auburn, when Uncle Charlie Hendricks, he called one morning. He had a sow that was in trouble, trying to bring up birth pigs. And I jumped in the car then and got down there. And she was really in hard labor out in a peach orchard in a ditch. I told him, I says, I examined her first. I said, she's got to have an operation on to get those pigs. So we got busy, got some cloths, disinfected, scraped all the hair we could off of the right side of the hog. And all of them, I think just about all of them except Jean was out looking. They wanted to see what was going on. gave it I had just given it an anesthetic to knock it out, pentothal sodium, and I also deadened it with the Novocaine in the side of the cut to be sure it wasn't going to be any too much movement. We went in, had to pull one horn of the uterus out, and got, I think, 3 pigs out of that uterus. Had to sew that one up and go in the other yolk of the uterus, and I had to go in that in a different place. And there's 3 more pigs in that other horn. So we had to really do 2 horns out on one hog, you might say. But they all lived, and it's outlived, so they were all happy.